Story about a guy I know named Jack. And if you met Jack, you'd probably think he's the luckiest guy in the world. I mean, he's got a loving family and plenty of mates. And they think he's kind of funny. They always think of him as a bit of a joker. And when he's out in the town with his mates, they really get around him. They call him the king, which is kind of ironic because whenever the night ends up at the karaoke bar, he's the one always singing Queen.
Wow.
But even on the most joyous of occasions, like Christmas or even his birthday, he would often look around at the full house of family and friends having such a good time. And he'd stop and think, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I have fun? And the more he thought about this, the worse he felt. And the worse he felt, the more guilty he felt. And all of a sudden, he'd have shame and become flush with emotion. So what would Jack do? He'd find a nice quiet room in the house and cry. You see, Jack was a 28-year-old man. And in his mind, 28-year-old males, they needed to be strong. They don't talk about their feelings. And it wasn't until he learned that 1 in 10 Australians actually seek professional help that he realized he wasn't alone. And that's what gave him the courage to talk to his friends. And when he did, they thought it showed true heart to talk about his feelings. So he started to do some research, and he was shocked to learn that in the most recent year, 3,318 Australians took their own lives. That's 63 people every single week. 63. And for every person that did, another 20 attempted to. In Australia, suicide is the leading cause of death for people aged between 15 to 44. And he didn't want to become another statistic. But do you know what really helped Jack? It was hearing other people's stories. And not just stories from his friends and family, but stories from Australian royalty, Australians in politics, Australians in fashion and business, even some Australian sporting legends. Hearing these people share their own personal stories about their struggles helped Jack recognize his fears and made him realize he's not alone. So do you know what Jack decided to do? Jack decided to share his story on Australia's Got Talent. And by sharing this story today, I hope I can make just at least one person get their head straight. So now more than ever, do we need people to have the courage to reach out. There's a trained professional just a phone call away. 24/7. Don't cry, mate. I want all Australians, genuinely, who are struggling with their mental health, to remember that without the rain, there can be no rainbow. So I want all Australians to shine bright like a diamond